I will call the meeting to order. If everyone could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States, and to the republic, nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice. What's left?
Hey, welcome everyone to our meeting. First item of business, citizens to be heard for agenda items. We have any here in the township building? Do not see any hands raised. Any in Zoom? All right, next we have a presentation. Chief, want to do the honors?
Welcome to. Abby's gonna take pictures. Chair.
Aw. All right.
Thank you, President. I have two certificates to present tonight to Corporal Polich. And I asked to make this presentation during the public meeting because we as department heads are very fortunate to work for a supportive board. And we are frequently credited with the accomplishments of our respective departments. But the truth is that our success only comes as a result of the hard work and dedication of our personnel. The first certificate is for reaching a milestone. 25 years of service, which is quite an accomplishment in any profession, but even more so in law enforcement. Police officers witness and handle situations that most people, fortunately, never have to experience during their lifetime. And after an 8 or 12-hour long shift of assisting with other people's problems, they go home and face the same ups and downs that all families have. The reward comes when our officers make a positive impact in someone's life. But the day-to-day challenges of police work and the coping mechanisms to not allow their work life to interfere in their personal lives are much more manageable when they have a strong support structure in place at home. Let's not forget that their families also make huge sacrifices by allowing them to pursue a career in law enforcement. So I'm glad that Tim's wife, Susan, could be here with us this evening to enjoy the moment. So first, 25-year service award is hereby presented to Corporal Timothy Polich in recognition of your uncompromised loyalty, integrity, and professionalism as a member of the Callan Township Police Department and your unwavering service to the citizen. Congratulations. Ready to step up.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
So Tim will be retiring on October 1st. The second certificate that I'm going to present is his honorable discharge. But if you're good at math, that means there's still 4 days between now and October. Promise me that we know Danny's. Kidding aside, Tim has been a field training officer and a patrol supervisor for the past 5 years. You know how your kids sometimes apologize for things before you find out to hopefully lessen the consequences? Every now and then, Tim would come to me and say, "Boss, before you find out or hear about it." So I'd pause, I'd explain the situation or the decision he made. But when I look back, I can't think of a time that he ever gave me reason to question his judgment or second guess what he did. After all, here's a man that negotiated the peaceful surrender of an armed gunman who just murdered 2 innocent souls and carjacked a vehicle at gunpoint. In another incident, he disarmed an individual who confronted our officers with a firearm and threatened possible murder-suicide by holding his female partner at gunpoint. In the latter, Tim not only had to focus on a life and death situation, but at the time he had a trainee and another brand new officer with him And as their supervisor, he was also responsible for ensuring their safety and managing their response to the threat. Tim was recognized for his valor in both of these situations, but more importantly, his actions have set an example and a standard of excellence for our entire department, especially our younger officers, to model themselves after. We will fill the vacancy that his retirement has created, but we will never replace him, his experience, his work ethic, and his common sense approach to public safety and leadership. So without further ado,
Oh,
Well, 4 days.
it started here 25 years ago.
wow.
And it's-
Wow. Yeah. Hard to believe.
Honorable discharge. This is to certify that Corporal Timothy Poling is honorably discharged from the Calhoun Township Police Department on the first day of October, 2024. This certificate is awarded as a testimonial of honest and faithful service.
All right. That's your moment. She's crying. Yeah. She's crying. Oh. All right. Thank you for your service. Congratulations.
Thank you.
More than welcome to stay for the rest of the board.
If you wish. Well, thank you for stopping in.
Chief.
That's nice. Wow. Must have been tough.
Thank you, Chief.
I can imagine.
So I did the math. So
Right,
it's
that dedicates 25 years of their life to community. To lose that.
and it was 1999 when he joined. So far. All right, next on the agenda, Chip Solicitor.
Thank you. First, you have a hearing on a proposed ordinance which would amend chapter 9, add a handicap parking spot at 1519 Walnut Street. Two exhibits, proof of publication of the hearing notice in the Daily Local. So an email demonstrating sent a copy of the Chester County Law Library. Be appropriate to accept any public comment in the ordinance and take action.
All right, commissioners, any comments? Questions on this? None at this time. Any here in the township building, any residents? No hands raised. I'll reach out to the Zoom world. That said, entertain a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-05, amending chapter 149 of the Calhoun Code titled Vehicle and Traffic. Section 149-28 titled Special Purpose Parking Zones to designate a handicap parking spot at the address of 1519 Walnut Street.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Kennedy, second by Commissioner Tindaro. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. Do we have a second one? Oh,
No,
no.
that's the only one. One hearing.
Okay. Said and done. All right. Tom, right? It's Tom?
Correct.
Oh, yes, I remember. How are you doing?
I'm an infrequent visitor, but glad to be here.
It's good to see you again.
For you.
Good. All right, next on the agenda, the resolutions. Township manager,
Good evening. Thank you. We have two resolutions this evening. And the first, of course, is Resolution 2024 2025 non-union pension plan, non-uniform pension plan. This would be the minimum obligation to fund the pension plan that's set based on salaries in 2024. The minimum municipal obligation for next year would be $320,328.86. Happy to answer any questions.
Does this reflect much of a variation from the prior year, or are we pretty much consistent with our?
It is an increase. That's a good question. The calculation is based on the salary levels for non-uniform personnel. And this rate it's calculated from the state. And so last year, based on the information received from the finance director, it is an increase. It went from 196,187 to 320.
That's
So this is based on hiring and any sort of salary increase.
that's a big increase.
It is.
And I assume there's no way around it because like you said, it's based on salary. So if you're giving salary level compensations and you have more employees, it's costing more.
That is correct.
So there's really no way to deviate around it at all.
Yes. And we do receive state aid to offset some of these costs. Total state aid, the combined state aid for both the police, the uniform pension plan, and the non-uniform comes out to $425,000. So that is state assistance to help offset those costs.
you commissioners, any other comments?
No. One question. So this is not combined with the police pension plan. They have an individual plan.
That is
So
correct. Yes.
we have to get that total as well. Okay.
All right, reach out to the residents here in the township building. No hands raised at this time. Anyone in Zoom? Any comments? All right. With no hands raised, entertain a motion to approve resolution 2024-20, acknowledging the receipt of the 2025 minimum municipal obligation worksheet for the inclusion of said obligation for the non-uniform pension plan in 2025 calendar year budget.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Tendero, second by Commissioner Kennedy. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0.
All right. Can I ask a question real quick? That
course.
says non-union. Is it,
It should be non-uniform.
it should be non-uniform.
Correct.
There's an error.
Did I say
Report.
non-union?
It says non-union
oh.
on the document, but it should be non-union.
But I read non-uniform.
You read
You read it correctly, but it's typed incorrectly.
Good catch. 2.2.
2.2 is a similar resolution, resolution 2024-21. This is the 2025 police uniform pension plan. The calculation for the minimum obligation for uniform personnel is $292,000. And that is a slight increase. In 2024, the obligation was $336,206. So an increase of approximately 50,000.
Commissioners, any comments on this?
I just see another typo. Should it read police uniform pension plan or should it just read police pension plan? Under resolution 2024-21, 2025.
Police pension plan would be appropriate. Uniform is another it could be a uniform pension plan as well.
But that one's fine.
I no other questions from commissioners. Reach
No.
out to residents here in the township building. No hands raised at this time. Anyone in Zoom? Entertain a motion to approve resolution 2024-2021, acknowledging the receipt of the 2025 minimum municipal obligation worksheet for the inclusion of said obligation for the police pension plan in the 2025 calendar year budget.
Moved.
So moved.
Second,
I moved by Commissioner Kennedy, second by Commissioner Tendero. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Moving right along. Sounds like you have the microphone that puts you underwater.
No, it's,
Yeah.
okay.
There's always one.
All right. Thank you. Is that better?
Good for me.
All right. Thank you. And next, we have a number of items to discuss, again, related to pension. And several of these I'll defer to, of course, the chief, who has been working diligently on a number of these agreements. The first, we do have a police pension board within the township, and it came to our attention that we would need to add an individual to that pension board. And Patrol Sergeant Whistler would be recommended to be added. Chief, if you have anything to include on that topic.
Chief?
So there's always been a member of the bargaining unit, part of that committee. That should be no different going forward.
Commissioners, any comments? This time? Residents here in the township building, any comments? None at this time. Anyone in Zoom? That said, we'll entertain a motion to add Patrol Sergeant Joshua Whistler to the Police Pension Board. Not all at once.
so moved.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Tendero, second by Commissioner Kennedy. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion passes 3-0. Welcome aboard. Next item.
Thank you very much. Next, we have the a renewal of the Safe Schools MOU. This is an agreement between the Cowan Township Police Department and the Chester County Intermediate Unit. This agreement has been reviewed by the township solicitor and believe is set for consideration.
So the State Department of Education has a template memorandum of understanding between school districts and the police department with jurisdiction. We really don't have any control over the language. Most of the MOU is for the purpose of the school's annual reporting of data that occurs at the school throughout the year, and it explains what the roles and responsibilities are of the school and that of the police department. We renew it every 2 years, as we do with Coatesville School District, and nothing has changed in the wording in my time here.
All right.
I was kind of hoping that you had something from the intermediate unit, but this is from the school district itself.
No, that
That hasn't happened yet. That further along.
So the next item would be with the school district. This is an agreement with the Chester County.
IU.
Okay.
This is just with the
I-
IU.
Oh,
Yeah, we're in 3-2, right?
That's correct. Yes.
It's that one that you have before you should be with the Chester County Intermediate Unit.
do you see anything? for that?
Yeah, the page we had, it had CCIU, but it also listed the CCDC.
Yeah.
And,
So
well,
there's four. Part of that campus, part of the intermediate campus in Callan there's 4 different buildings: a learning center,
okay.
child and career development center, the Options Plus building, and the fourth one
Sounds good. Just one typo I did catch. Apparently, I guess it's always been there. Page 4 up top, law enforcement authority, and I think it's supposed to say through most expeditious means.
Yeah, Kristen reviewed this and there are
There's,
typos.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Kristen, correct, I don't know which version of you, I thought Kristen sent that.
oh,
I have, but I have her corrections, the minor typo corrections throughout the document. There's a handful of them.
there's a, yeah, a
I have,
couple. This
I
one-
have her clean copy, and that's the one that I'll sign. And I'll
Okay.
send back to the school.
Good with that?
There were other changes on the first page that I discussed with her that aren't necessary. So any changes to whatever you have are strictly related to minor typos throughout the document.
Okay.
We didn't get a.
No, this was in the pack. Yeah. All right. Commissioners, any comments on this? Sorry, I'm blowing up. Commissioners, any comments on this MOU?
No.
None at this time? Anyone, residents of the township building? They're all jumping up and down here. We're so excited to be here. Anybody in, Zoom? All right, moving right along. Entertain a motion to renew the Safe Schools Memorandum of Understanding between Chester County Intermediate Unit and the Count Township Police Department.
So you satisfied with what has occurred, chief?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, on that note, so moved.
Okay, so moved.
Second.
And moved by Commissioner Kennedy, second by Commissioner Tindaro. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. Thank you. Next on the agenda?
Thank you, Commissioners. Next on the agenda, and I believe we'll be requesting to table this. This is the agreement between the Count Township Police Department and the Coatesville Area School District. My understanding is that the school district is still reviewing some updates to this agreement. And we have not heard back on any of if they're willing to accept those changes. So if it's acceptable, the request would be to table this until we receive word back from the school district that they are amenable to any of the changes recommended by the township solicitor.
Commissioners,
This is related to when we provide overtime for events at the school, football games, prom, graduation. Kristen had quite a few recommended changes.
Oh, okay. Commissioners,
Okay.
any comments? If not, entertain a motion to table.
Yes.
Table.
Yes.
Okay. So moved in second. All in favor?
Ah.
Aye.
Aye.
Tabled.
Table.
Next on the agenda.
Thank you very much.
PennDOT.
So two grant items I wanted to bring forward to the board for consideration and discussion. The first is a PennDOT multimodal grant. This is, as you may recall, we did submit a multimodal grant through DCED, the Department of Community and Economic Development. That was due at the end of July. It's still under consideration and review by that department. That the grant for DCD was submitted to support improvements to Lincoln Highway. The PennDOT multimodal grant, it's similar, but one of the recommendations I wanted to bring forward is to support an ongoing project that the township is moving forward with. That would be Beaver Run on Geo Carlson. It's a culvert project at that location. It will be quite an expensive endeavor to fix that stormwater improvement. It may involve some improvements to the roadway itself. If acceptable, I would like to coordinate with the township engineer who has been involved with the project, so should have some documentation, cost analysis, things that sort already prepared in order to get the application completed and submitted by mid-December. Again, the cost of that project is fairly high, and if we're able to access additional funding in order to help support those costs, it would be helpful. And currently, the multimodal program, in the past, it had a 30% non-state match associated with any funding. That match has been waived until the end of this year. It's unclear if they will continue that program of waiving the municipal match into the future. But if we can get it in, we can request the waiver of any local funds, which should help support overall costs. Just really wanted to get feedback before engaging with our engineer and moving forward with that application.
Commissioners? Questions, concerns?
How much are they awarding, for this project, do you know?
It varies.
Mhm.
The DCD fund, I believe we submitted about 1.5 million.
That's for the Lincoln Highway
That's for the
project?
Lincoln Highway. The total, the ceiling for the fund is 3 million.
Okay.
We'd have to work to see what costs would be eligible to fit under the program. Obviously, we want to max out our request,
Mhm.
and would plan on doing so. This would be towards the construction, engineer design, that sort of thing of this project. Have had some success with this program in the past of building and stormwater management improvements,
Mhm.
which could include the stream bank restoration and stabilization along Beaver Run.
Yes.
As you know, the water coming under and from the 30 bypass has contributed to some
Created, yeah.
significant loss of property in that area.
Mm.
And any improvements, I believe, are looking to include the restoration and stabilization of that waterway.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Residents, any questions? None here in the township building? Any- Nobody in Zoom. All right, sounds like a worthy project. So, board,
So moved.
yeah,
Oh, we.
yeah, consensus
just
on,
discussing this.
yeah,
It's not.
on having, our staff look into this further.
engineer.
I think we're all in favor.
Excellent. I will move that forward and more to come at future meetings.
Beautiful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
I know the neighborhood there will be very happy.
Up and down, yeah.
Big project. Important.
Okay, 3.5.
All right. Next, along a similar vein, this is the DCD local share account. This is a grant opportunity that's funded out of state gaming revenue. We've been successful in the past applying for and receiving approval of grant funds in order to support the purchase of police vehicles. Would like to continue that, hopefully keep that run going, submit another application for an additional vehicle for next year. Also, I wanted to see there's other projects out there. Of course, we can submit more than one application for this program. I wanted to see if there was support towards exploring other opportunities, be that playground equipment, other types of necessary items that would be considered budgeted. But if we can get them funded through this program, that would be an important success.
It's worth a shot.
Don't forget that backhoe that we need for Public Works.
Very true.
I know they're looking for funding for that project.
It was good to have free money. All right, residents here in the township building, any comments? None at this time. They're so excited about it though. Anybody in Zoom? None at this time. All right. Good discussion.
All right. Excellent.
All right, oh. Next on the agenda, back to us, board minutes to approve. You guys did get the updates. There was only like 2 items, like a typo thing. You just had changed.
I think changes were made at Calder.
Yeah, oh, okay. And Denise had
One
forwarded it
about
to,
the time for the golf,
yes, exactly.
12 noon.
Right. All right, Denise, excellent job on the minutes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I didn't catch the other one.
I think the other one was just a comment that was just in the wrong category.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
all right.
Thank you.
If there are no other concerns or changes needed, entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Kennedy, second by Commissioner Tindaro. All in favor, say aye.
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 Minutes have been approved, 3-0. Planning Commission minutes, any comments on those? If not, entertain a motion to acknowledge that we have received them.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Tindaro, second by Commissioner Kennedy. All in favor, say aye.
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 So been acknowledged, 3-0. We're on the page. Am I gonna beat Scott, Josh's record here?
No,
No?
I don't know.
having a marathon race.
Next, Finance Department. We have Lisa online.
I don't know.
I know she is out of the area and they are in Florida, as a matter of fact. So I know there's some weather related issues that may be
Oh.
preventing her from joining us this evening.
Yeah, Florida. Okay.
Do we want to just table that? Oh,
Don, did you want to make any comments on the financial reports?
Or just, it's okay.
Turn it up.
Not, I'll ask the board if they had a question on the report.
If there are any questions, I can do my
Yeah,
best
I
to
can-
respond, of course.
I just had a simple question, which she answered. Didn't realize she was away, but she did answer me. And I knew it, but I didn't remember until she sent me. I knew the answer, but I guess she jarred it. So,
Okay.
all right, if there's no other questions, residents, any questions on the financials? None here in the township building? Any in Zoom? We don't end. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a check approval. All right. Commissioners, any questions on the check run?
No.
I did not have anything highlighted. If not, entertain a motion to approve the checks 52,726 to 52,817 and a manual check of 307.
So moved.
Moved,
Second,
moved by Commissioner Kennedy, second by Commissioner Tindaro. All in favor, say aye.
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 I,
Check run has been approved, 3-0. Hi, monthly director reports. We're to the meat and potatoes. Oh, we start with building and life and safety. Ray, welcome.
Thank you, Commissioners. You should have my report in front of you. I'll be honest with you, I don't have anything specific to report unless you have some questions on my report.
You not, commissioners, any questions for Ray?
I only had, it might not be a question, but an inquiry. Have we gotten any activity, from anyone for the Rite Aid building?
There's been activity. I've had phone calls about the building, people, investors wanting to make contact with the owners.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the owners are not from Pennsylvania. So I don't have any direct contact information. But other than that, no, I've had no contact from the actual owner, just investors actually look, interested in,
That's good. All
Yeah.
right, thank you.
which is good.
Yeah, that is.
Yep.
quick question. There's a restaurant, and now I can't remember the name of it, figures. Will it be opening shortly? I think it's the Monthly Bowl or,
You're talking about the African restaurant.
yes.
Um,
Will that be opening soon? or-
Well, I thought it would have been open. We did our inspections. They were down to the hood fire suppression system. There was some issues there. They engaged the company to come in and resolve those issues, and since then I haven't heard of people.
That's a shame. It looks nice from the outside and they
Well,
have
they
the
put-
lights on.
Well, they put a lot of money on the inside too,
Really?
so I would hope it's a viable project, but I haven't
Hope
heard
so.
anything from them.
Thank you.
Ray, I did have one question. It was the parking lot over by Handicrafters. Next to it from the Kia dealership.
And you couldn't let that go, right?
I couldn't let it go. You know, some people are going to be asking about it.
Yeah, so
Where are we
it's funny you say that. So on Sunday, I happened to be in town, and imagine my surprise when I drove by. I immediately Monday made contact with Handicrafters and Kia and their lawyer and their developer, and expressed my concern about that, and that that was a violation. That got reaction immediately. What obviously, you know, I do feel compelled to work with them because we gave them approval to do land development on that
Right.
lot. So they obviously need to move them. However, the right thing would have been to contact me,
Mhm.
figure out how to get it under some kind of temporary use permit for a short duration while they were developing the property. That application actually was dropped off today. The one thing I told them to do immediately was move the cars off the grass onto the macadam. So they an application got dropped off today for temporary use, which I'll, you know, keep a very short leash on them. And if they don't have the cars moved by tomorrow, then they'll have to suffer the consequence.
Thank you.
Yep.
I did see a handful of them have been moved to the.
Yeah, I think I
macadam.
think they're working to get them moved around.
So
Hmm.
I did see some effort. So did they
Helpful.
purchase that piece
They
of land?
did not, no. So what they did was they were looking for somewhere to move the inventory
Okay.
because
just a
they
whole-
are getting ready to start putting the ENS controls and stuff in on that site.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, those land development plans, Lowell will be looking at probably tomorrow to sign to get them recorded.
Okay.
So they did a temporary, a short-term lease with Handicrafters.
Short term as in like a month?
It's not going to be much more if I have anything to do with it.
That's interesting. That came up at the COG meeting last night. You must have reached out to one of the attorneys over there.
Yeah,
Mentioned it last night at the meeting.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, over the weekend, Handicrafters Board of Directors had a meeting, and I got a couple phone calls from them when they seen the email. You know, the email went right to them. So they were
Everybody was
listening.
all over it.
Yeah, they were listening.
Okay.
It wasn't Handicrafters' fault. You know, they thought they were helping out another business. That's all.
Well, the one resident that is not here in the township building, of course, he was at Monday's meeting for CTMA.
I'm surprised he didn't come to the township building Monday to speak to me.
Well, no, he was here. He told us all about it.
Oh.
So,
Everybody's, it's hot.
Now it's being addressed.
okay. Thank you, Ray. Community enhancement.
Likewise, for August, not anything too terribly out of the ordinary other than National Night Out, which was a hit. So if you have any questions, feel free. Otherwise, September we'll have more meatiness.
So this is not meat and potatoes report.
It's like potatoes.
Hash browns.
Dirt.
Scrambled eggs and hash browns. Okay. All right, commissioners, any comments on community enhancement? Awesome job.
No,
That's
both,
nice.
both projects were great. National Night Out and also Cal and Community Day. Wonderful job, Abby.
All right. Next, Ingleside Golf Course. Nicole, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Unbelievable.
You have my report. Also not a lot going on in August at the golf course. It was very hot and very dry. We spent the bulk of the month chasing grass that was burning up. So that's what we did in August. We still did very well despite the hot temperatures. We still had 2,700 rounds of golf, and did $83,000 in revenue. So
Great.
that's on par with previous years. Obviously, we want to grow. So, but it's nice to hit that number with not a lot of playable days. I think that there were only 20 playable days in the month, so we did
Wow.
pretty well. Yeah, we're still hiring, still in the process of getting a new clubhouse manager in place. That will be exciting, and just like Abby and probably Ray, September's been busy, so there's going to be a lot more to report next month. So yeah, any questions?
The pro, are you still interviewing for the pro
Yes,
golfer?
we're still in the process. I kind of shifted my approach away from searching for someone that's an actual golf professional and into someone who's more business minded, so that we can focus on the business of the club and growing that before we, if I found someone that was both, that would be
That's what I
amazing.
was gonna ask. You
That
have
would be
to
amazing, but that's
get
this
to-
time of year. It's not always easy to find someone that wants to leave their current club and come here. So, hopefully we find someone solid.
Thank
Right.
you.
I was driving by today and it was raining and people were still playing.
They will play no matter what.
Yeah.
Have you ever contracted with like some of the temp agencies to see if they have any viable candidates that might be interested?
I have not.
'Cause a lot of people are hiring through those agencies because, they feel as though like if you're gonna come out and come to our agencies and we can help you get a match for someone, it kind of helps both parties.
Sure, absolutely. That's something I will absolutely do. Thank you.
Sure.
Other comments? Next on the agenda is Minquist Fire Company, but I do not see a representation.
So Matt, who usually comes, one of the deputy chiefs,
Mhm.
is participating in a EMS leadership roundtable that has been occurring around the county.
Yeah.
So tonight was in West Grove. He did submit his report. It should be in your packet, and I
Mhm.
do have it if there's any questions that, I might be able to answer.
Yeah. Looks
Yeah, I didn't
fine.
have any
That's
questions
good.
on it.
Good.
All right, next, police chief.
Hello again. So next Friday, we're having a much larger retirement event for Corporal Polich here in the meeting room. I've been in touch with Representative Williams' office. The representative is planning to be here next Friday with a citation from the State House for Tim. That starts at 11 o'clock. And then we're going to have a small reception for him afterward. The whole department will be involved. So,
So what day was that again?
what's that?
What day?
Next Friday, October 4th, beginning at 11 o'clock
4th.
here.
11 a.m.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do the other traditional stuff, final radio call. So
Nice.
looking forward to that. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I mention that because during the entire month of October, our officers will be wearing either a pink badge or a pink ribbon. It was an idea actually of the Police Officers Association, and they purchased these. They're an exact replica of our current badge, except they're pink.
It's cute.
So, real
Need
men.
one of those.
What's that?
No.
Last thing on Wednesday, next Wednesday, October 2nd, from 10 to 11 a.m. at the Giant Starbucks, we're hosting Coffee with the Cop.
Oh, inside the store.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
The new Starbucks also asked, so we told them they would be next.
Oh,
But we had already committed to the Starbucks in the
inside the
so,
Giant, yeah.
any questions for me about anything?
CCIU.
So the school year began on August 26th. Today we're exactly 1 month into it, and we've already been there 53 times. Tough to predict how the rest of the school year will go, but if we base this school year's projections on last year's data, the incidents actually picked up in the second half of the school year. So we met with their leadership, and we are all committed to working through these issues.
No.
Myself, the manager, Ray.
Have the incidents been, I guess, just in the building itself, or are these folks leaving the premises and,
We're still having an issue with elopements.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Michelle.
On October 4th, will Dan Williams be presenting? Or he's the state rep, 174th.
We're hoping that he'll be here to present a citation from the House.
Great.
Corporal Polley. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Next, 7.6, we have Public Works. I do not see Johnny here. Do we have an update from Public Works?
Yes, unfortunately, Johnny is Director Public Works is out this week. Really, the main updates, the road program is set to start shortly. They're continuing to do some inlets in anticipation of that project beginning. Obviously, with it's been dry, but in the fall, with any rain, rainy season coming, they're cleaning out those inlets along the way in anticipation of wetter weather. His report is, of course, in the packet. And if there's any updates, I know he was very excited. The new equipment has been
The new toy?
ordered and hopefully will be arriving relatively shortly. That'll go
Okay.
a long way in helping to support some of these ongoing projects.
Appreciate that update. Last but not least, Thorndale Volunteer Fire Company. Patrick, good to see you.
I didn't have to be here. I'll keep it very brief as well. Obviously coming up in just, I guess, 2 weeks, we have our prevention open house on the October 12th. Abby was gracious enough to post it to the website, the newsletter, and township social media. So thank you again. Other than that, we have my report. We're keeping a close eye on what is now Hurricane Helene. Hopefully it doesn't impact this area too much, but be ready if it does. All I have for tonight.
Commissioners, any comments?
No, and I'm sure you guys are coming out to the schools and to the daycares.
Yep.
and They get all the kids excited, the big fire truck. All our kids are screaming and crying. I mean, some of our toughest kids are the most frightened children. It's amazing.
Make
All
sure
my tough guys are crying when you pull up.
Make sure you get into contact with our public education.
I will call.
And she'll
Yeah, Charlotte.
she'll add it to the calendar.
Yeah.
Our calendar's filling up, but
Very nice presentation.
always will make a spot.
I enjoy having you coming. Get my tough guys out there.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right, and I'll just ask, any residents have questions on the director's reports? None here in the township building? None in Zoom. All right, additional business? None at this time. You guys must have passed a memo around, just said, keep it short and sweet, right? Public comment. All right, do we have any public comment here in the township building? None
No.
at this time. Any in Zoom? Yes. Oh, hi, Noel.
I know well.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. I didn't want to raise my hand earlier, but is there any way that we could have the cameras on the people that are speaking, please? And I would have sent a message, but the chat is not enabled unless I'm doing something wrong. I'm curious. I really would like to see the pink badge. That I think that's a fantastic.
That's nice.
Oh,
I
let's
do.
get that in the camera.
Hmm. That's very
Oh,
nice.
you-
Go ahead and put it on, chief.
Can you swing that around?
Can you put it on?
There we go.
Look at that.
That's nice. Very
Wait a
nice.
minute.
Wait a minute. There we go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Very nice.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Noel. Any other comments? All right. All right. And I will entertain a oh. Yes, no? We're good? All right, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Moved and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a
Ooh.
good night.